Welcome back, my kindred, to Canada by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade live play podcast. The coterie awoke the night after Doris left and began to plan regicide in earnest. Val prioritized getting Bill groceries. Evangeline learned that Teddy had indeed embraced himself, and Matthew Theobald promised to release him and allow the couple to leave New Haven once he becomes prince. Everett was awoken by the new Ventru clan leader Vinlynn Von Kindred, who offered his support in exchange for details of the treasonous plan. But can the coterie finally bring an end to their scheme? Find out now as you return to the world of darkness.
Everett, you find yourself starting the day having entered the station with a much more limited squad than you are used to.
Yeah.
Doris is not here. Val has texted in that she's going to be late. Evangeline has come in looking intensely conflicted, and Matthew Theobald is present. You know tonight is a big night. Tonight is the night where you all plan to meet with the clan leaders to get them on board with the idea of regicide, one of the greatest crimes in the Camarilla, but critical to this town's necessity through a combination of truth and, one might say, creative narrative spin.
Sure, massaging the truth.
But right now you have a more limited squad.
Yeah.
What do you say to them? What do you want to do? What are your intentions for this early part of the meeting? You have some time before you will have to report to the elementary school to meet with the existing clan leaders.
Yeah. I mean, this has been something, from Everett's perspective, this has been something that Evangeline has been handling extremely well up to this point of, like, she made the calls out to each of these leaders and reported back that, like, everything was fine and stuff like that. She also was pivotal in the, like, early construction of this plan of, like, how much info to give them and spinning it of, like, oh man, doesn't it suck that, like, the prince is responsible for this kind of stuff? And so Everett would be very much looking to coordinate with her on how this portion of the night goes. I think he understands that as sheriff, he's probably got to be the one to say this kind of stuff. But if we can take as much of his impact out of it as possible and put as much of Evangeline's ability to charm and clearly communicate with people into, like, a script or something for him to follow, hopefully that will offset his general vibe of, like, he's vaguely threatening sometimes. Other times he's like a buffoon in the eyes of, like, the Camarilla. Like, he just, no real control over his people's perception of him. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the wild card here. But if we can zero in on Evangeline's talent for face, I think that's the best bet for success here, which is largely why he was, like, texting Val, like, as long as you're okay, see you when you get here, hopefully soon. But, you know,
yeah, Val's not here for the political finagling that this may require.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
As she's not fighting for her life or anything, then okay. So he'll waiting for, I guess, Officer Clark to get settled and also trying to do a read of, like, last night was crazy and, you know, the search for Teddy goes on. So just, I think, taking a beat to, like, watch her come in. How does Evangeline look coming into the station?
How does Evangeline look coming into this station?
Evangeline, I would say she looks closed off, not really giving anything away. She's kind of, she's taking the time to take in everything that, like, her entire conversation with Matthew Theobald and its implications. But also, like, that's kind of in the background, and she's just kind of determined to go with the plan now. We got to make him the prince. That's step one to her and Teddy's eventual freedom. So
determined.
Yes.
There's a cloud over her, but seemingly determined. Matthew Theobald comes in following her and makes a beeline for Barty's office. He's not in a huge rush. That's never what he does, but it's the place where if somebody walked into the building, you wouldn't walk them. Interrogation, they could end up. Having to pull something from evidence, maybe. They could end up in a cell, but never in the history of this department has a stranger walked in and be like, you're going to need to see Barty's office.
Yeah.
It's gross in there. So he'll hide out in there unless he is otherwise summoned. Vladimir has not been appearing in this space currently. Your guess would be, because you do have this level of knowledge of the Camarilla, the current political circumstance, he can't be seen working on behalf of Matthew Theobald because he's officially here for the Nuno Te Nostra. So it is a weird world where having Matthew here is much more useful for you, but it does take Vladimir and his accountants off the table because they can't be a part of this ploy or they blow their own cover and they all get killed.
Right, okay.
Michael Arden is not currently here. He's in his cell. Where he has set up all his science experiments. So he has the ability to join the conversation or not, but he is around.
One fucking dice roll, so many episodes ago. He can't be trusted.
He can't be trusted. Let's make him the leader of a clan. Let's involve him in the construction. Like, I'm so wishy-washy with it. Everett will... he's just like sitting, I think, out in the. I always think of it as sort of like there's like a bit of a bullpen area with like desks and stuff.
Yeah, just inside there is a bullpen leading up to.
I don't get my own office.
No, it's the opposite of a.
Bart's the only one with an office.
Bart is not because he uses the sheriff's office. It is the opposite of the traditional sense in that people walk into the bullpen and then the actual desk where they would normally go talk to someone is behind the bullpen. So they walk through the bullpen to check in with whoever's on the phone.
Right. Yeah. I'd get up from one of the desks that I'm sitting at and go over to wherever Evangeline is settling to start figuring out how we're going to convey this info. And Everett will, again, seeing that she's coming in with like this cloud over her, but determined being the main takeaway, he feels like that's probably an improvement from sort of like the like keyed up, frantic, borderline panic that she was just like for the entirety of the night. From like waking up, finding Teddy gone to the end of the night, to be like that high strung, that stressed and worried is like, it's not, he kept framing it as like, we have work to do. You have a job to do. I need you to do this. But also is like, that fucking sucks. He'll come over and he'll ask Evangeline's favorite question. You all right?
And Evangeline kind of like tilts her head and like looks like just kind of stares at him blankly. Actually, not blankly. She just stares at you like giving a, are you fucking kid? Like, come on, man.
I see you come in. You look like you're doing better than last night. Is that at least the case?
Okay. I'm just going to give you the highlights. I talked with Matthew Theobald. Teddy's already a vampire.
Oh.
Matthew Theobald's going to hold him until he becomes a prince, and then he's letting us fucking leave. So we have to make him the prince, and then I can be done with all of this, and we can all go our separate ways.
Huh. And that works for you?
Yeah, I mean, there were some caveats, but yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what else? What's the other option?
I'm open to talking about what they could be, but also if this is the way you want to go, I get it. And I'm fine to support that.
If you have, like, if there's an option where I could just, like, leave and be free forever, I'd love to hear it.
I'll think on that.
Okay. In the meantime, we're going to go with this plan, okay?
Okay.
Where Matthew Theobald tracks us wherever we go throughout the world and can apparently just call on Teddy to help him whenever he needs him. And do you know what? Fuck, that's whatever. It's better than being stuck here.
Yeah.
Forever.
And I mean, yeah, Everett has a thought and then thinks I should probably just shut up. And we'll just say, so then for tonight we're meeting the other clan leaders.
Yes, we are.
I need your help.
Okay. Well, as you know, I've already laid the groundwork. I've talked to all of them except, I guess, the Ventru.
I spoke to the Ventru.
Oh.
During the day.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Vinlynn Von Kindred came into my basement.
Wait, he broke into the family protection building?
Sounds like he was
what?
let in by Bart. But during the day.
Okay.
Hell of a thing waking up during the day.
Evangeline just kind of shrugs because she wakes up.
Yeah,
she wakes up during the day, like pretty much every day.
Anyway, he and I had a conversation. We've got his support already. He's essentially the Ventru clan leader.
Yeah, that honestly makes sense.
That's what I thought too. He's given us his support. In exchange, I gave him what he asked for, which was the truth. So he already knows that there's a plan to assassinate. I look around the bullpen. I'm such a bad spy, you guys. A bad conspirator. Can I proceed with this? Looking around?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would know at this point with like the rumblings in the building, unless there's somebody here, in which case Bart is also very capable of, like, he's not going to hide somebody who would be a problem.
Yeah.
There's no one in interrogation because the door's open. You know, Barty and Theobald are in his office. Michael Arden has overheard everything you've ever discussed in the side room. Otherwise, it's just Troy here.
Yeah.
You can hear him rumbling, you think somewhere in the basement. You're not sure what he's doing.
Vague,
Changing pants.
Wailing.
Okay. Can you roll me with some awareness?
Yay!
Wits awareness is 3. Four successes.
Nice.
From upstairs, you just hear a voice going, "Oh, yeah, you're doing great, Brian. Just be even more sassy. Oh, fuck, we broke the chair." And you just hear something smash downwards, but it sounds like he's just, doing Troy things.
Yeah. He's getting sassy downstairs with Brian.
Yep.
Breaking chairs.
I know about Brian.
I don't think Everett does.
No, actually, you don't.
No.
Likely Val does, and Val is not here.
Yeah. I think
Good for Troy.
on company hours, Troy. Yeah, I mean, just like it's not a thing of like, what was that? I gotta go. So it's just resuming his ridiculous conspiracy talk of Vinlynn Von Kindred knows about the plot to assassinate Toasterosa.
Okay, and he's not publishing it?
No.
Okay.
I did tell him that, if this plan falls apart or fails for some reason, and I have even the slightest inkling that it was as a result of him telling somebody something he shouldn't have, I would kill him. And
Wow, okay.
honestly, it seemed to have an impact, which was kind of surprising.
Yeah, he's been afraid of me before too, so.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So basically,
he's in.
okay,
he's
so
in our
Madre's
corner.
in,
Madre's in.
Vinlynn Von Kindred's in,
Yeah,
Kevin from the Gangrel.
that's right.
We've got his support.
I was going to say, to draw it very specifically for you. So Madre is a lock. You
Yeah.
know Madre's on
Yep.
board. She heard regicide. She does not know it's Matthew Theobald
Doesn't know
because that was not
Theobald.
given
Okay.
to anyone in terms of information. Madre's on lock, which also means Eric Francis is on lock of the Kaitif.
Of the
Kaitif.
Kaitif. Right.
I'm going to say that you would know this based on the research that I think you would have done because it feels like you looked specifically into this. One of the challenges for you guys in terms of votes is the Kaitif only get to vote to select a new prince. They don't actually get to vote on general issues because they are considered clanless and lesser, like less than.
Yeah.
The Bruja love them. The Bruja support them. It's very punk rock to do that. It's the same reason the Bruja like the idea of being vampires and mortals as equals.
Yeah.
But his vote will not count.
Okay.
If you're looking for his endorsement does, because obviously he brings a couple of vampires with him,
Yep.
but in a technical vote sense, he couldn't vote for regicide. He couldn't vote for
Right.
anything.
But he gets like a seat at the table as the Senate thing gets put together
Yes,
as
he would
well,
get a
right?
seat at the Senate, and then he would have a full vote moving forward.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
And to choose the prince at the end of this, he does qualify as a clan leader just to elect a new prince.
Okay.
Kevin and Votitia are primed for the fact that there is a danger. They're aware that something is going wrong, that something's bad in town, and that you guys want to talk about it. They're not aware that it's a regicide. They're not aware that the plan is to kill the prince. They just know that there's a problem, and they're both relatively friendly with the department at this point. Votitia,
we
because
basically be like, we want to work together.
100%. So they don't know the scale of what the thing is, but they agree that there's a problem because your calls went well with them. 1010 and Viron are not as sure.
Yeah, they're still suspicious.
They're still suspicious. If you had to ballpark it based on your calls, it's like they agree that there is a danger going on in town. They can't tell if it's you and you're trying to play them right now or if it's something else. They don't know exactly what the talk's about. The Ventru were going to be a question mark, but apparently Vinlynn's on lock, so you don't have to worry about Vinlynn as a vote. Can you roll me a wits and etiquette.
Me?
Or politics. Yes, Evangeline.
Etiquette and politics are both 0. Surprise,
Well, let's say
surprise,
politics, then.
Evangeline. 2 successes.
Oh, 2 successes will be enough for this.
Nice.
Evangeline, you will realize the Pyramid 2.0 did have a seat at the table representing Clan Tremere.
Ooh.
You eliminated the pyramid, but you are looking at putting Michael Arden in charge.
Yeah.
It might be a bit of a stretch, but if you can get Michael Arden endorsed as a clan leader, or you present him as a clan leader and the others buy it, you'll have another vote that you know will be locked in your favor for this on an ongoing basis. Because Arden is friendly.
Okay, so can
We'll
we
just say
say
you relayed that.
We relayed that information and regarding the other clan leaders, and I know that you have your hesitance around Michael Arden,
Yeah.
but we need as many votes as we can get.
I understand he's proven to be
He's-
useful. I don't know about that, waiting for that other shoe to drop kind of thing. But I've been
He's done
outvoted
nothing
before.
but help us.
I know. I just don't like him. And I've said I've been outvoted on this kind of stuff before. I'm happy to be outvoted on it again. So if you trust him, I trust you. Good enough for me.
At the very least, he's going to be a sure thing to vote for our plan if we can get him made a clan leader.
Okay, so that needs to happen before.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, I think that should be the first order of business, honestly, because then he can vote on everything.
Yeah. What would need to happen for us to make him a clan leader? There's
Looking at the person who doesn't know shit about clan shit.
yeah.
I was going to say, and we cut away to a
know, my own
grocery
plan
store.
works.
Yep.
Val, you've driven across town. You've ended up at Kishimoto Grocery, a 24-hour grocery store that is available. It is a medium-sized grocery store, so not as big as the big chains you would expect. It's not a big box store, but it's a solid independent grocery with a lot of stock on the shelves.
Perfect.
And you can see Barbara is behind the counter, just standing in the front. She just gives you a wave, a little sheepish.
And Val will give a wave back and then pick up 2 baskets, one in each hand, to walk around the store and put random food in.
Can you roll me a survival?
And
And wits. No intelligence, because we said you have to consciously think about this because it's not natural to you.
This is 1 single dice. It's a 7, so 1 success.
Amazing. So we know that based on your McDonald's order of everything on the menu, you lean hard into getting a lot of food.
Yeah. It's 1 thing from every food section, just a thing.
Can you, with that success, you get 1 thing from every section. Roll me 2d10.
Dog food.
Here's 2d10.
Yep.
A 6 and a 7, so 13 altogether.
Can you tell me the 13 things that you pick off the shelves going around these sections? 13 in this order.
Sure, we're gonna have to count. And also, I think while doing this, Val is looks extremely serious doing this. Is the Terminator walk through the grocery store,
Scanning
stopping,
things.
putting things in the baskets. And I think another reason why it's why she is obsessed with getting these groceries is this is actually her way of working through feeling bad about murdering Marjorie, because she didn't expect to feel bad and she didn't expect to murder her. So it made her feel a little weird and freaked out, oh man, humans are so squishy. Because even when she was trying to help, I think from an outside point of view, a person would be that's not reasonable. But internally for her, she was I can do this, I can help, it'll be fine. And then was oh, humans are so squishy, I cannot leave Will without food for a day, he might die. So she's just getting stressed about that.
This is a perfect moment for me to note something for the entire group. Marjorie's death, because it went unnoticed and functionally uncommented upon, will give everyone in the party 1 stain. Because it is innately a corruption. I will remind you, stain does not necessarily mean humanity goes down. Stain is something that is tracked until you have kind of a serious moment of engagement with it to see if you can retain your current humanity. I think right now it sounds like, Val, you're going through a dark night of the store.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we will do your humanity check after we find out the 13 items
Okay,
that you
great.
pick off the shelves.
Okay, great. Let's see. So we're going in. We got We got apples. We got a dragon fruit. We got a bagged Caesar salad. We've got a loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm.
And then bagels.
Great.
Lunch meat. It's she doesn't know what kind it is. It's like multicolored lunch meat of some sort.
Like a pimento loaf. Okay, I like it.
Rainbow lunch meat.
Let's see. We're gonna go with. There's a free frozen dinner, one of those really cheap, crappy microwave
Hungry
dinners.
man dinner. All right.
Yeah,
I like that.
thank you. Then
Dairy.
we're not there yet. We're gonna run out of time. Then we've got a frozen pizza.
Okay.
Half and half, because she doesn't know what is milk, like what is necessarily what.
Just looking at the numbers and picks the safest one.
Yeah,
And
and
half is a
then
little bit of everything.
let's see, a case of Coke, energy drinks, and well, we're circling the end here. A big box of assorted like candy. Like,
Okay.
Is there one more?
is there more?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing, and then on the way out, it is.
Just a stick of gum. It's just the next thing next
Oh,
to
no,
People magazine.
It's
to help him remain in touch with his humanity.
yeah. Then the last thing will be
There's a knockoff in New Haven. It's just People Magazine, a magazine for humans.
Yeah.
and that it's
Pictures of people.
Yeah.
it's Tic Tacs from the
Tic
checkout.
Tacs.
Nice.
Fabulous.
He'll be fine. This will be great for him.
Alrighty. So you achieve all of that, which means it is time for you to roll to see if while you do this purchasing, which sounds functional yet a little bit mindless because you are caught up in the emotions that you were dealing with.
Yes.
I have to just
I'd
confirm.
be happy with that
Oh, yeah?
grocery order.
All right.
Yeah. So we just make it Pepsi, but then I'd be happy.
Oh, Pepsi Coke debacle returns.
It's been so long.
Okay. So I need you to roll. You're doing a remorse test.
Yes.
Roll a number of
Ooh.
dice equal to the unmarked, unfilled dots on the humanity tracker.
Yes. I got it. Do I need a hunger dice still?
No, you do not need a hunger dice for this one. On all of these, you just need to roll at least one success.
Okay. It's all successes. 4 successes.
Woo!
All successes.
Nice.
Okay. This poses an interesting question. 4 successes is a lot of successes, especially as you're rolling 4 dice,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
And you have what, 1 stain currently?
Yes.
Okay, so that stain is definitely cleared.
Okay.
I have a question for you, Del. I'm going to leave this open to you because there are rare moments in Vampire where people can start to try to earn their way back to humanity. Val has very different morality than humans.
Yes.
So I don't think it's possible with her current worldview to become human, no matter how much work she does. But humanity, you're currently 5.
Yes.
Which is pretty monstrous on the scale of
It
things.
is. That's why I roll when I talk to humans.
Yeah, but you cared about killing someone else's touchstone
Yes.
by accident,
Yeah.
which is a level of caring that is multiple steps removed from the usual run and gun, punch through someone's skull, who cares?
Yeah, and I think that's especially why Val is shook by it, because I think she also was thinking there would be some retaliation from Doris, or Doris would be mad at her. And so the fact that didn't exist either, and she still feels bad about it, and yeah, she's used to just fucking wasting people. It's not a big deal, but it felt weird.
And Doris became less human.
Yes.
Doris became more monstrous than Val is
Yeah.
comfortable with, I believe, from
That's
the things
correct.
that you've said.
Yeah, because that was solidified in her mind after seeing Doris and after fighting all of the elder vampires recently.
Yeah.
Is just like, New Haven is for vampires that aren't monsters. New Haven is for vampires that aren't elders and aren't like that. New Haven is for vampires who are fine interacting with people. And so even if Doris hadn't wanted to leave and wanted to stay, Val would have been very spooked by that, because she could tell that the power levels and the less humanity was so apparent to Val,
Damn.
having known her for so long.
I am going to say, with those successes and this level of concern, that I think because it is so many stages beyond the cold morality that Val has held onto, while shopping for your son, mourning a hostage you failed to save, and realizing that there are monsters out there that you never want to become no matter the cost, your humanity rises back to 6.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
Good for you, Val.
This will mean you no longer suffer a 1-die penalty on rolls to interact with humans because you've spent so much time trying to learn their names, thinking that's going to be the real thing that succeeds. And instead, you rediscover a piece of your humanity watching someone else lose theirs.
Yeah.
And you realize you care more about Doris's touchstones than Doris does now.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
a huge
This
breakthrough.
is really
It really is. Yeah. And I think that's also why she wanted to go back and get the statue, because it's just like, I want to appreciate this human boy, my son, that I care about.
Mm-hmm. So your humanity track, you regain to a point where you're okay when people die. It specifically says that at level 6. But you still are capable of those human gestures and other pressures moving forward. And the book also has many rules on whether or not people can have sex per se. But you're Val Miller. You're always able to have sex if you want to or not if you don't. Tyler, give me that
There
look. Welcome to
we
Vampire.
go.
It's weird.
Yeah,
There
no,
we
that's
go.
not for you. No, that's for
That's for the book.
those sickos.
I was looking at it says per se. And I'm like, this is the worst.
Don't put someone's
I mean, I love everything about the
fuckability
World
into a
of Darkness.
spreadsheet.
Call me World of Darkness. I'd love to run a game for you sometime. Everyone will be able to have sex per se. But no, so you complete your grocery trip.
Great.
You rediscover a piece of yourself that you weren't aware that you had lost. The Terminator's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Yeah.
And you go to drop off the groceries back at home.
Yep.
Meanwhile, back at the station, you have summoned people who know more about Camarilla politics than either of you, Evangeline and Everett. Matthew Theobald has come out. Barty has also joined. They're there. And Matthew Theobald has just finished explaining, there just needs to be a vote of the existing Tremere if you want to go with it technically, or you could get the print to give a blessing to a new leader.
I don't trust Toasterosa to install Michael Arden. He doesn't know him.
Fair enough. Then you would need the existing, I believe, 10 Tremere to vote on Michael Arden as the leader. I imagine they've been taken, Barty? Oh, yeah, we got them. They're still held inside Chocolate's fucking cheese. I got Kai and Bear in a cell because those dickheads were under arrest. But we just been holding them in that building. Some of the daytime shift are there. The Brewha wanted to stay, but I knew that would cause a fucking shitfest. So I think there was a question of which of them get to live and which get to die. I got a list of names. You can just go through and be like, I don't know, fucking kill these 3 and then tell them they got to vote. Or you can just go see if they like Michael Arden. He seems pretty persuasive. I don't know, man. I'm not here for democracy, okay? I'm supposed to have like 20 employees. I hate this.
All right, well, I guess we better get out there and get this sorted before the council meeting. I need Michael Arden to be a clan leader by by 9:00 tonight.
Yeah, you basically have time to go over that building, get him rubber stamped, and then fuck off to the meeting.
Yeah, Everett is reading this as like it does not need to be a good faith vote. It just
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So
we all know it won't be.
Well, yeah. So that's the next plan for Everett. Whoever wants to come along can come, but it needs to be Everett and Michael Arden, absolutely, going over here to where these other people are held, to the arcade.
And Evangeline, I imagine you're going to go.
Yeah, of course I'm going.
Okay,
Evangeline's
good.
mine is like, she doesn't want Everett to mess things up with Michael Arden just because, Michael Arden says something weird and Everett's like, I don't know about this anymore.
Everett gets there, picks a random Tremere.
Yeah. Roll dice. I got a good feeling about you.
How William Walker became a clan leader.
No.
All right, so you are gearing up to go. You've got Michael Arden,
Yeah.
who will happily come along. He doesn't need to argue with that. Matthew Theobald will stay behind. Barty is there. You currently have some of your day shift in place at some of the sites. There was the throwdown at Chocolate's Cheese. Obviously, they still need to hold there, but you also have daytime officers near Val's apartment building where the right hand of Lilith was killed last night. Before you go, Barty would say, do you still need people at that fucking plates. We got the photos and everything. The guy's ash. We put it in a bag, I guess. And then, do we want him to rest up if we're going to fucking destroy the prince or whatever tomorrow?
Yes, you should all be rested up. If you're satisfied with the sweep of the crime scene, collected all the data, that's fine.
Yeah, that one I think we got, because nobody's going to show up and be like, he was cool. So, like, we're good. Okay, we'll rest for a little bit. I'll pull some of them and let them rest. I'll pull other people so they can be ready to help you with whatever we need to pull together for the fucking prince dickhead to... I'm going to go to sleep. I'm so sorry. And he just lights 2 cigarettes and starts dragging on them. And he's like, this is a lot. I was just supposed to be the daytime guy.
You're doing great, Bart.
So are you, bro. Okay.
You put those out before you fall asleep, all right?
That's a good idea. And he goes to drop them in a garbage can full of papers. And then he goes, no. Okay. I'm gonna put...
Troy
drops them in a mug.
Troy,
yeah,
whoever.
What do you need?
You and
Troy
Brian need to look after Bart.
Okay, but Brian's not really going to help. We did a bad photo shoot, but I think I might have got something cute out of it anyways.
I don't need to know the details, Troy.
Oh, okay.
I just need you to watch Bart here. He's had a tough couple of days.
Oh, yeah, I'll make sure he rests and stuff. But which one of these pictures do you think is cuter?
Oh, I don't
he takes
know,
his phone out.
Troy, if this is...
You see, Brian is one of Doris's cats.
Yeah.
So there's a photo of Brian jumping off of a chair and knocking over a backdrop, but looking a little mischievous. And then there's a photo of Brian regally posing, but clearly slapping Troy's hand out of frame where he was trying to move something.
Oh, this is Brian.
Yeah, he's one of the cats. I mean,
right.
Do I still have to call them children when Doris did?
Sorry, Troy, I just needed to change gears here. Right. It's a cat. The first picture's fine. You can call them whatever you want. Please look after Bart. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. You are free to go into the world with Michael Arden and make your way over to Chuckless Cheese. Val.
Yep.
You make it home, drop off the groceries.
Yep.
Will's still asleep.
Perfect. She puts everything in the fridge. she doesn't know
Nice.
where it goes. Not sure which goes where. They're all going in the fridge.
Even the frozen pizza in the fridge.
And the Tic Tacs. It's all going in, no matter what it needs.
Oh, no.
And then she's going to leave the statue just on the kitchen counter there.
Okay.
Great. They get dropped off. You get a radio call in from the station. Barty lets you know that everybody's going to Chuckless Cheese, so you can beat them there.
Great.
You end up leaving slightly later, but because you arrive slightly earlier.
Yep.
And you all find yourselves in front of the arcade that you had stormed last night, overthrowing the Pyramid 2.0, stepping out. So Michael Arden is there in his full cape, gem glove gear, ready to meet the Tremere inside this building. A number of daytime officers are waiting outside. They are in their full SWAT gear, as we've mentioned. They've got the silver breastplates, the silver chokers. They've got the silver chainmail, the underslung stake launchers on their guns. Like, clearly, nobody's getting in here to mess around with anything. It's interesting to not see any red cell present here, but it makes sense that last night they would have just gone in and gotten out, taken what they needed, and disappeared.
Right.
You are outside the front steps. The front doors are open until someone repairs them because they were kicked in pretty hard. Is there anything you would say to catch Val up on this situation before you go in?
Yeah, spotting Val, Everett would just ask very quickly of like, is everything sorted?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just had to run to the fucking grocery store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because fucking Ted's gone.
Right, for Will then.
Yeah.
I see. I understand. Okay.
What's going on?
Well, we need to make Michael Arden leader of Clan Tremere. We're going to do that right now by having them cast a vote. The vote will result in him being clan leader. We're going to see to that one way or another.
Val it just cracks her neck to the side. Like, okay, whatever you need from me.
Great. Let's go.
Evangeline tactically decides not to tell Val that Teddy has now become a vampire via Sheriff Rufus Cross's blood.
Yeah, Everett also omitted that on purpose.
She's seen how she's reacted before.
These are smart people.
She just says nothing.
Val's already in grocery world, so she's got her priorities where they are. You make your way up the steps and into the first floor where you can see the same arcade machines that you did before, only they've been unplugged. The flashing lights are off. House lights are on. Street light is coming in through the door that has been kicked open. It is a deeply depressing place that is so much smaller than it looked like when it was all mirrors and haze and excitement. And you can make your way straight to the stairs. You go up. There are a couple of daytime officers again, 2 supervising on the ground floor, 2 more supervising the various vampires and other elements upstairs. They have all been kept on the second floor where they remained. They are kind of milling about. They're a collection of ghouls and vampires who are still here.
Everett will look to the nearest daytime officer and say, is this all the Tremere?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Attention, everyone. I've got someone here to introduce himself. He's your new candidate for the leader of the Clan Tremere. Mr. Arden, please introduce yourself, share a few words. Let these people know who you are.
Michael Arden stands up on the bottom bunk of a bunk bed, hanging on to the frame at the top and leaning out a little bit like a pirate with his cape drifted around. Says, I am Michael Arden, a vampire of Clan Tremere, not the Pyramid 2.0. I am here because I believe in the science of magic. None of the sillies that these various groups do. I want to take this clan to the future. I have experience. I have been hunted by the pyramid. I have run a chantry somewhere near Cincinnati. I am a capable man. A vote for me is a vote for the future. And I have been endorsed by the sheriff who drove me here with minimal explanation.
And Everett will just like in full support, but in very quick kind of support, like, yup, and just he will say, he has the full support of the sheriff's department. Now we are going to cast a vote. Bear in mind, he has the support of the sheriff's department.
And only vampires can vote. If you're a ghoul or just a person, no voting.
That's correct.
Everyone who's not a vampire, sit down on the floor. Most of the room sits down. There are 10 people left standing.
These are the 10. These are the 10 we wanted. Yeah. And Everett will say, show of hands, all in favor.
Before we do that, Mr. Sheriff, I have a question for you, Martin de Kaiser. My husband Mort's over there. Say hi, Mort. Hello. Can I run for clan leader?
I'm afraid the deadline has already passed for
Can you roll me?
submitting for candidacy.
No.
Can you roll me a wits and do you have any in etiquette or politics?
Probably not politics. Wait, here's how bad I am. Where is politics?
Politics is the far right column.
Oh, thank you. No etiquette, no politics.
All right, so you're going to be rolling with that. That's your pool. But also add your voice of New Haven because you are in charge.
Okay. 4 successes.
Nice.
I don't think that's entirely fair, Mr. Sheriff, but I'm not sure what the rules are. Maybe we could have someone nominated on the floor. Who wants to be nominated?
Everett is looking for, among them, the most pathetic-looking individual.
Oh, you're lucky. He's already stepping forward. William Walker.
There we go, yeah.
Steps forward and says, I'm a vampire, and I can be voted to be a clan leader. Vote for me, William Walker. I'm actually a vampire.
All right, show of hands for Michael Arden.
Evangeline, I will let you use your stats for this. Mm-hmm. Can you roll me? I would accept charisma, manipulation, or composure. Your choice. And persuasion.
It'll be charisma because she's had conversations with these people before.
Fabulous. So this is representing the level of convincing you guys have done with Michael Arden. You'll get persuasion to go with it.
Okay.
And I will give you a 2 boost to the die pool because William Walker sucks.
All right. 5 successes.
7 hands go up. They get the vote. Michael Arden is the clan leader of Clan Tremere. This is a great day for the Tremere and a terrible day for the pyramid, so it's a great day for me. I'm the leader. He jumps off the bed and runs around high-fiving everybody. He says, you can all be ghouls. And he high-fives a bunch of people on the ground.
Great. Council meeting's at 9. See you there.
I'll be there.
It's at the school.
Good to know. Someone with a car needs to take me to the school. And he turns around and just starts figuring out who has what in his new clan.
Everett is like turning around to leave. Like this was a box to be ticked.
The box has been indeed ticked.
Yeah.
So you go back down, climb into your squad car, and make your way to the elementary school. Now you have an interesting question of
we just left them all there.
Yeah.
I guess for Michael Arden to deal with.
Yeah.
Unless there's something you want to do, please tell me.
No,
Everett said he was done.
This all came about from us trying to plan what we're about to do. We haven't done that yet. We've just elected.
I know these people were being held, so it's like Evangeline just kind of like pauses in the doorway to like see what Michael Arden's doing next. Just kind of like, does he have this under control? Like, is this?
All right, what buildings do we own? Where can be our home base?
Yeah, he's got this under control.
Is anybody here evil?
Evangelinine's like, he's fine.
Someone
he's gonna do his thing.
If 3 people vote someone's evil, they're evil. Let's see who votes for what.
Well,
Camarilla, baby.
Apparently, yeah.
I don't know you well, but I will soon. Step forwards and open your minds to me.
wow. Wow. Evangeline turns and leaves. Like she doesn't now. This is totally beyond her.
Val?
Yeah.
Any thoughts on this experience?
And Val just give a nod and congratulations and then leaves like
Val, just a second.
Yeah, what?
Are you aware of any buildings in town with magical significance that we could have access to?
Yeah. What's the Marjorie's place? Yeah.
It's Pritchard's Peculiarities.
And it's in
The Malkavian Quarter.
Yeah. Well, you might have to talk to some of the Malkavians, but the Pritchard's Peculiarities in the Malkavian Quarter. I mean, it's where Doris's friend worked, and it's empty now, I'm assuming.
Excellent. He turns around to the rest of the clan and says, none of you are evil because there weren't enough clear votes immediately. We are moving to a trinket store full of magic, some real, some false. The first test will be what's valuable to me.
Mr. Arden.
Yes?
You might want to wait till after the council meeting and talk to the fucking Malkavians about it before you go show up in their quarter.
Wait here. Officers, make sure no one leaves. I have a meeting to go to. Val, can I get a ride?
Fine.
Excellent. Everything's coming up, Tremere.
This episode of Canada by Night features the voices of Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, and Laura Hamstra, alongside storyteller Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Canada by Night's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC.com. Our theme songs are What's Really Going On Right Now by Chase Ellen Villas and Traffic by Kai Engel, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Cheaps by Jazzar, JAHZZAR. All of their music is available at freemusicarchive.org. Canada by Night is a spin-off of the Dum Dums and Dice series Blood and Syrup. If you want to hear about what happened to Everett before he came to New Haven, look for Blood and Syrup anywhere podcasts can be found. For all things Dum Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Sleep well, my kindred. Sleep well in this world of darkness.
Dum Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald. Logan, fire unfriendly. Grandma likes D&D. Alan, stabby stranger. Glitch Trick, Flynn 1138. Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper. Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden. Mithrian, Garbo Ape. Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine. Dagger Rain. Rob L. Dia de los Hoodless. Squishy Werewolf. Remy Funky Head. Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky. Lael. Shulzari. The Long Family. Jordan Oliver. Richard Wright. Brittany Fenwick. Alex Parr. Dragonfly. The Body Barrelers. Megan Werner. A Man Out of Time. Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com. Panda24NN. Shendra D. Your Homeboy Bones. The Gata Family. Ellis Hatch. Odigenous. Beef Not Cheese. Kai Koa. Squire Solaire. Sandy Sassy Pants. Adam. Amira Lockhart. James Molina. And Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.